Kentucky high school athletics has lost a legend and an Eastern Kentucky native. And the Israeli military calls for mass evacuations as it broadens its ground offensive.
Plus, we could see some wintry weather by midweek and some 60s by this weekend. Your busy forecast coming up as Mountain News First at 4 continues.
Mountain News First at 4 continues.
The winningest coach in KHSAA history has died. Billy Hicks was born and raised in Harlan County. He began his coaching career there in 1978, coaching for Everett's High School. He went on to coach at Harlan and Corbin High Schools before spending the majority of his career at Scott County High School. John Henson is the managing editor for Harlan County Sports and has worked for the Harlan Daily Enterprise. He says Hicks was always proud to represent Harlan County.
First time I met him, he was coaching at Everett's. That was his first coaching stop along the way. And he was always proud of being from Aegis and being from Harlan County, and always made me proud that, you know, I was a Harlan Countyan also because of all the things he accomplished.
In 2019, Hicks became the first and so far only Kentucky high school basketball coach in history to win 1,000 games. Henson says Hicks was a great coach that leaves behind a strong legacy. We'll have more on that legacy tonight at 6. A beloved Southern Kentucky city employee has a long road to recovery after a serious accident Saturday night. Somerset's mayor says Bruce Owens was simply trying to keep his city clean when he was hit by a car. It happened after the popular Christmas parade. WYMT's Phil Pendleton has been looking into what took place and talking to folks who know Owens and his tremendous work ethic well.
Somerset had just had their popular Christmas parade Saturday night. People were heading home, and sanitation workers were out cleaning the streets of some of the leftover candy and other debris in the roadway. A driver heading east on East Mount Vernon Street told the officer that he did not see Bruce Owens in the crosswalk until it was too late.
You know, we think he's going to be okay, but he had some serious injuries, and just a really unfortunate end to a great night.
Police say Owens was in the road using a leaf blower to clean debris away from the center of the road when the car hit him. The driver told the officer that he was likely going 35 miles per hour and traveling like he normally would, but didn't see Owens' protective vest because he was wearing a backpack leaf blower. The mayor says people know Owens because he works so hard and treats people with love and respect.
Gosh, the joy that he carries. I mean, his attitude's just unbelievable. And honestly, his motor. I mean, if you think of, you know, we're a sports guy, you know, a motor that never stops, that's Bruce.
Bruce Owens was taken to Lake Cumberland Regional Hospital and then on to a Lexington hospital for what I'm told are pretty serious injuries. And even though those injuries are very serious, the mayor tells me he's optimistic that he will make a full recovery. In Pulaski County, Phil Pendleton, now back to you.
Phil, thank you. Mayor Keck says they are hoping to work on several ways for people to help Owens and his family during his recovery process.
We are tracking a cool, also gloomy start to this work week across the mountains. A few showers also possible this afternoon. Here's a live look at First Alert Pinpoint Doppler, zooming into a few heavier pockets of showers in Clay County, not too far away from downtown Manchester. Also a few more light to moderate showers in London, also stretching down I-75 to Corbin as well, and a few light showers in Knox County at this hour. Zooming into portions of the Big Sandy Valley from Martin County, also into West Virginia, a few light showers there as well. Temperatures at this hour in the 40s and 50s, up to 53 for Manchester, also Harlan, 50 for London, also Somerset, 44 in Pikeville and Clintwood. So again, temperatures are below average at this hour. We should be in the lower 50s, around 52, 53. So most of us are below average at this hour. And as we go into the rest of this evening, also tonight, we are watching out for some drier conditions, but that is short-lived as another weather system is on the way by Tuesday, also Wednesday. Maybe a few areas of wintry mix or snow showers. Not going to be a huge deal, but maybe a few flakes out there for midweek. And then temperatures are back to near 60 by this weekend. Those details plus your full 7-day forecast coming up in just a few minutes. Steve?
Cameron, thanks. Israel's military has renewed calls for mass evacuations from the southern town of Khan Yunis as it widened its ground offensive and bombarded targets across the Gaza Strip. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu also called Sunday for an investigation into the killing of a civilian who responded to last Thursday's Jerusalem shooting attack and was himself shot and killed, apparently by a soldier who also responded.
We know that during upticks of terror over the past decade, and even before that, having armed civilians often saved lives and prevented a bigger catastrophe. And it occurred many times, not once, dozens of times.
Tens of thousands of displaced Palestinians have sought refuge in recent weeks. The expanded operations follow the expiration of a week-long ceasefire. They are aimed at eliminating Gaza's Hamas rulers. Former Facebook Chief Operating Officer Sheryl Sandberg spoke at the United Nations against Hamas's use of sexual violence as a war tactic. She was referring to the brutal October 7th attacks on Israel. Sandberg is a longtime advocate for women and girls' rights and said, quote, "Rape should never be used as an act of war."
Hamas brutally murdered 1,200 souls, and in some cases, they first raped their victims. We know this from eyewitnesses. We know this from combat paramedics. We would know this from some victims if more had been allowed to live.
Israeli police are investigating acts of rape during those October attacks. Coming up on First at 4, executives at Alaska Airlines announced they are merging with a competitor pending approval.
Plus, we are watching out for spotty showers this evening and more rain chances on the way later on this week. Those details coming up.